Is it Club Paradise? Or just Paradise? Or just a club? Well, that's for me. Hey everybody, welcome to this week's Take Two review. Yes, I'm shirtless. I figured it would be fitting for this movie, Club Paradise. I believe it's from 1983. And it's a movie about Robin Williams' character. He's a fireman in Chicago, I believe. And he ends up getting hurt and deciding just to retire early. So he retires to a small Caribbean island and ends up bonding with the people. And it's sort of like a Jamaica type island, you know. You have your Rasta group, and the Rasta group includes this one guy that owns the club that Williams kind of owns, kind of works at. And you have Peter O'Toole, who's like a British expat that lives there. That's also like the British government's liaison there. And anyways, you have these other people, including Bill Murray's. I'm pretty sure he's Bill Murray's brother. That are the rich elites, and they want to sell the island. They want to sell it to a certain group, and they keep trying to run off Robin Williams and the others. So they tell them they owe so much money. So they end up, Robin Williams and his cohort end up making a brochure, and they make a brochure in this movie fast for 1983. I mean, it seems like it would take me, well, it would take me because I've only made a few brochures in my life. It would take someone even skilled now longer than it does in this movie to make the brochure, and then to get it out to people, you know, like all over the world. That's probably the most ridiculous thing in the movie. But anyways, to help save the place, they get people to come in and stay. And of course, you know, it's just a ramshackle place anyway, and that's where more of the it's sort of serious, not exactly serious, but sort of serious in the first part. But then you get a lot of comedy out of this movie in the second act, where all the guests come, like Rick Moranis and Eugene Levy and Andrea Martin and Joe Flaherty from SCTV, and get a couple of ladies that were on Saturday Night Live at that time, and I cannot remember their names for the life of me. But if you see them and you're old enough to remember early 80s Saturday Night Live, you'll go, oh yeah, I remember them. They were in a lot. And, you know, a few more guests. But yeah, it all comes to a head in the end. But it's a fun movie. To me, when you think of the 80s, even though this was made in 83, you know, so it was probably written in the 70s even, probably, this still feels like the 80s. It feels like any time up to about 87. But it's a feel-good movie to me. So, if it sounds interesting to you, I've got it on DVD just because I've liked the movie since I saw it in the 80s. But it's on Tubi, so you can watch it for free and see if you agree. And you may not, and there's nothing wrong with that. Anyways, we'll see you all next week for something else. And I'll have a shirt on then. See ya.